This, everybody, is Sapphire. Sapphire's been my trail buddy for 10 years now, and she's just as energetic today as back then when we started going out and hiking together. Now, back then, we did it with Tilly, who is a pretty good little trail buddy in and of herself, but she had her own kind of agenda. What's been neat about Sapphire is she just stays right with me. She doesn't venture off very far. We're on the road to nowhere, going through the tunnel on the lakeside trail, and me and my buddy are gonna go to the other end. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! Sapphire, this is exciting. We'll catch you on the other side. So, that was pretty interesting, wasn't it, Sapphire? It's a long tunnel. And right in the middle of the tunnel, she goes, "What if there are snakes in here?" And I thought, what are snakes gonna do in here? And I thought, well, it's very cold this morning. It's even colder in the tunnel. And so I'm thinking, well, what's to keep snakes from being inside the tunnel? Anyway, didn't see any snakes, so thankful for that. We may take a different route going back to the car. It'll be up to Sapphire. She's kind of heading up this hike. Like I said, we've been doing this for 10 years and we've covered a lot of ground. Now, we haven't done a whole lot out in the Smokies. To be honest with you, I don't know whether dogs are really allowed on this trail. I am in the national park, and I think it's limited as to where they can be. But we're out here this morning. There's a full parking lot, but we haven't seen anybody else. Anyway, we've hit a lot of trails in our day, and this is just who knows what number. Our big go-tos are being out in the gorge, or preserves, nature preserves in Kentucky. We've been around a lot of different places. You're not gonna catch that squirrel. But we're enjoying this hike this morning. Lots of birds out. Don't think she's ever been really interested in the birds, but she will go after a squirrel. She'll notice that. And I can't say that she's very well behaved on the trail when there's other dogs around. If I have her on the leash, she gets pretty ferocious. And I'm not exactly sure why it's that way, because when she's not on the leash and she meets another dog, let me back up. She gets ferocious if we walk up on another dog. She gets very agitated. But when she's walking like this on her own, and we come up on another dog, she's guarded, and she's got this ridge back that comes on her back. Her hair kind of stands on end, and she's on high alert. Now, she'll do that on a leash or not, but she's a lot more gentle when she's not on the leash. And so a lot of the times I won't put her on the leash. I'll try to be cognizant of other people's wishes, and I don't want to force my dog upon them, but she really is a lot more well behaved when she's not restrained. So she's eating a little grass this morning. Little weirdo. She does weird things like that every once in a while, and I guess that's kind of a dog thing. Are you having a good breakfast there, girly? Getting you a little bit of moisture out of those plants? So I heard from my grandchildren that, you know, they like the Pappy Cam videos, but they're actually more interested in Sapphire. So more Sapphire videos would be preferable. So she gets the center stage this morning. I've got no, not going to intertwine anything other than this is the Sapphire show today. And got no Bible verses, got no spiritual thoughts, except to say that she's been a great companion. It's always better when I have her on the trail with me. Just a lot more enjoyable. And part of it, I think, is because she enjoys it so much. And none of us like to be alone, even if it's a little furry critter with us. It's just nice to have somebody trekking along with us, especially if we're out in the woods. What we're fixing to walk through right here is well worth the price of admission. You can have there wouldn't be any flowers out here. It'd be wonderful to be out here in the Smokies, but to see this is wonderful. It's a beautiful sight. This canopy. Rhododendron, mountain laurel, I'm not sure. Just a little more of a close-up. Put in the comments what it is. I should know, but I do not at the moment know for sure. What do you think, girly? What kind of flowers, what kind of bushes are these trees? No comment? Okay. Continuing on the trail. This is Sapphire's video today. It's all about her. We'll try to catch some more of her antics. You saw the squirrel earlier. She did that again a second ago. Couldn't get the camera out quick enough. Right now she's just sniffing a lot, and there is a lot to take in. I'm sorry, I know some of this video is not going to be easy to watch. You know, I don't have my phone on any kind of tripod or stabilizer or whatever. So do the best you can. Okay, so when we're in the middle of a hike, and it doesn't happen, I mean, it happens fairly quick. This is pretty much the posture that Sapphire will take. She will be by my side. Now, when we had Tilly, and Tilly was our other Boston Terrier, just to give you context, and we had her first. We got Sapphire as a pup. She was probably the size of one of her legs right there when we got her. She was adorable. So she goes back and forth. Tilly used to walk right behind me, and it's funny how that dog would operate. Sometimes I would turn around to check and see if she's back there, and I couldn't see her because she would kind of stay in step with my turn, and she'd always be behind me, and so this kind of threw me off. Now, you're probably saying right now, this is all about Sapphire. What do you talk about Tilly? Well, Sapphire, being the gentleman she is, and I'll explain that in a moment. So we need to include Sapphire, or include Tilly in the story. And I do agree she is a part of it. Nolan has come up with the phrase pit bull, which is probably very appropriate for her. And her pit bull tendencies of being kind of aggressive, like I've told you already. I call her Goober or Gooby sometimes. She's got a collar there. It's got Gooby on it. Probably just the manufacturer, but sometimes I call her that. For some reason, I call her other kind of weird names. I call her Cheeseburger. I don't know why. Okay, we didn't need to see that. But you know, it's kind of like, you know, when we play ball, I don't call it just playing ball. I call it's play ball game or get me the ball game. And it's a tennis ball. She loves playing with balls, particularly a tennis ball. And I just have come up with some goofy phrases like that. And I can't remember all the names we've called her, but if I think of them, I'll tell you about them. So we are on top of the tunnel. Get down. She does things like that sometimes that I go, oh gosh, she's on the edge. And we've been on the edge of a lot. Nope, come here. I'd hate to videotape that. My heart's pitter-pattering. Whew. Oh, I gotta catch my breath on that one. Not just climbing up the hill, which was a challenge in and of itself, but watching her jump up on that. Because we've been in a lot of different places where it's far down like that, maybe even farther down, and I typically have her on the leash in those areas. I don't know what I was thinking right there, but I didn't think she was gonna jump up on that, but she is a dog. And oh gosh, do we have to see that again? I know it's part of life. It's part of it's a part of your life. I get it. Hey, how about this way? What do you think about this trail here? That kind of goes toward the car. I know this is your hike, but I'm just trying to help out. Anyway, we've been in some difficult places like that before, where it's high up. But like I said, I usually have her on the leash. Whew. Okay. Don't do that again. All right. She likes this adventure, you know. The tunnel is there for a reason. They don't want to cut through the land, and so it's a level spot, and this is not. But I'm trying to go where she wants to go, and she wants adventure this morning. We'll see how far we can go with it. We may not be able to go very far, Sapphire. I mean, look what we got going on here. It's a lot of woods. I think we're gonna have to go through the tunnel. Hey, I know you want to go that way. That's very exciting. But I think we need to cut our losses and go back down and do it that way. You okay with that? Oh, graffiti everywhere out here. As a side note, people, quit doing that. Not necessary. Nobody wants to know that you've been here. You can film it, and show us on the internet that you've been there. Believe the paint and the carving knives at home. Come here. Come here. Who's that up there? Who's that? So we're just right off the main road, that road to nowhere, and we're on the Noland Creek Trail. Just a little side thing that we're doing here. And we're just going to kind of look around a little bit here. Just a little bit more introduction on Sapphire. Like I said, we got her about 10 years ago. So I'm not exactly sure what her birth date is. Peg found her online, I think. I've got the details right on this as far as that's concerned. But we got her in Waco, Kentucky. She was a little scrawny thing with several other sibling pups. And really and truly, she was the cutest. She's got that blue eye, and that's where her name comes from. And that was pretty quick naming her based on that. I think we thought a little bit about it, but Sapphire came, and it's stuck ever since. Now, the day we got her, you gonna walk a little ways ahead, or you gonna be right by me? The day we got her, we come here. Just past some hikers. The day we got her, you can see we're walking under the road. She was, where are you at? She was covered in fleas. So she did not go home instantly. We went right to something like PetSmart or whatever place that has those little dog washes, and she got thoroughly cleaned up. Got all of the fleas off of her, and she became a fixture in the Dan and Peg Oberg household ever since. There's a little introduction of her. Did I say that I call her Girly and Girly May some? I'm not sure where that came from either. But there you go. Beautiful day out here. She's enjoying this thoroughly. I'm enjoying this thoroughly. Any day in the Smoky Mountains is absolutely wonderful. Any day in the woods is great as well. But being out here, you can't beat rushing water and the crispness of the air, and hiking with my favorite pup. Yep, she's my favorite pup. It's hard not to make her my favorite pup of all the pups that we've had, even though we've had some pretty good pups. Out here on the Noland Creek Trail.